Front Porch Talk on KQ98. And this is pretty cool. Riverfest is coming up. Of course, that always happens around the 4th of July here in La Crosse, right? And a gentleman that's going to be performing at Riverfest this year, Brett Westgrove, country music artist, visiting us. Nashville by way of Wisconsin.
That's right.
Originally. Brett, I want you to say hello to the tri-states area. You got Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, all paying attention to.
Hey, guys, some of my favorite states. And Tony, it's good to be here with you.
Yeah. Now, you said you've done a lot of performing in Iowa.
Yeah, quite a few shows down that way. And now I'm just getting all over the region. Anytime, most of the time when I get out of Nashville, I'm coming up to the Midwest because, coming back home, everyone treats me so well, and I just love being around family. So
originally, where are you from, Wisconsin?
Originally from Wausau.
You got an interesting story here. We're going to get into that a little bit. Did you grow up going, man, I want to write country music songs? Or were you singing a lot? What was your plan there?
Yeah, I've been all over the map, but one thing that has always been a baseline for me is music. So my mom is in the studio here today. Yep. She's hanging out, and she always likes to tell people that I came out singing. I was like messing with instruments by the age of 2, and it just all snowballed from there.
All right. So obviously you play some guitar, right? You definitely play some guitar. Yep. Any other instruments that you get into?
Oh, yeah. I fiddle with a whole bunch of stuff. I love piano. That's been one of my favorites for a long time. And just, whatever else I can pick up in the studio to create music.
So I thought that I was reading up on you a little bit here. And you are not just some, guy from Wisconsin that just plays music that maybe grew up on a farm. You got an interesting background here. You are a very intelligent man.
Well, I worked really hard to look like it.
Well, your college background kind of gives an aerospace background and even a little bit with NASA.
Yep.
So did you work for them and all? Tell everybody a little bit about that.
I took some time off of music for a few years. I got 2 concurrent degrees in aerospace engineering, and I was working commanding NASA spacecraft for quite a few years.
So that's something like you like, hey, hi, George Strait. I'm so happy to meet you, this kind of thing. And then George Strait, if George Strait was ever said, well, I'm better than you, you'd be like, hey, I work for NASA. So you can hold that above some of these.
I can't imagine ever saying that to George Strait, but
Well, I'm just saying, he's a legend, right?
He is that's my point. Right. Yeah, I would just be like,
but
with him, I don't know.
I worked at NASA, man. Yeah. So we talked a little bit about sports and off air. You ever hear of Josh Dobbs? He's a quarterback in the NFL. Okay, he played for Arizona Cardinals. The Vikings traded for him when Kirk Cousins got hurt this year. Josh Dobbs had to jump into this starting role. He also, just like you, NASA, aerodynamics, all this kind of stuff. So if you ever get a chance to meet Josh Dobbs, you guys have something to talk about.
Yeah, amazing. I love it. Yeah, it was a passion of mine. I love engineering, and I'm a bit of a self-proclaimed nerd. So, it's just part of my story.
The nickname they came up with him was the Pastronaut. Okay. So I'm thinking, well, what do we come up? We got to have a nickname for you when you're big and huge, and this story will come out a little more. So Space Cowboy.
All right, let's go. Space Cowboy.
There's your next album cover.
I've been telling everyone I'm going to play either the first show on the moon or on Mars. So
see, that would be awesome. See, so you got that down. You can be the Space Cowboy. Your songs I looked up. Memory Burns Like Whiskey. That's your brand new single. Yep. Really fun song. What are your thoughts behind that song? Where'd that come from?
It's one of my first solo writes that I ever released, and I was just sitting at home one day thinking about just some past experiences and how I think everyone has experiences in their life where they lose someone and they can't escape the memory of them. And somehow my brain was just like, every time that memory comes up, it burns like a shot of whiskey going down. And that was the birth of that song. I sat there, I think I was just sitting in my living room and just wrote that song end to end.
So that song's got a little bit of edge to it, a little burn to it.
Yeah.
What would be one of your songs where you're like, this is my love song or my passion song? You know what I'm saying? Kind of that song that'll touch everyone's heart. Yeah.
Probably one of my most popular songs is a song that is called "Beautiful Crazy," which has a whole other interesting backstory with the Luke Combs having his song. But that one is a song I finally put out, and it's very popular, a lot of weddings, and so very lovey song. Do you get asked so that since you're still kind of up and coming, you have a lot of friends that are like, hey, just come play at my wedding, just be the band, anything like that? It happens every now and then. I've played a few. And then do you have more friends kind of showing up now as you're becoming more famous? Like, hey, we went to school together. You remember me? All the time.
And you're like, no, I think I remember you weren't very nice. And
right.
But now we're friends, right?
Yeah. Yeah, gotta love that dynamic.
Well, it is really cool to see up and coming artists and to talk with them and to know that, this is where you're kind of starting. This is where you're going from. I mean, so this is a definite stepping stone for your career to take off even farther. And I assume we're going to have it just packed with folks from back home coming to visit and see Brett Westgrove playing live at Riverfest. That's going to be pretty. How does it make you feel playing back up in Wisconsin?
I love it. It's my favorite place to come play. I mean, I just love being home in general, especially lacrosse has completely blown my mind with how much support. I mean, just immediately, as soon as we booked the show, y'all have showed up. It's wild. So I could not be more excited to come play this show in particular.
Well, you know how it is. We all watch out for our own, right?
Heck yeah.
So you're going to start here basically out this window to my right. You'll be kind of down that big skyscraper kind of the right there. You'll be playing right in front of there, facing the river, playing right at the Mississippi. But then a couple years later, you could be right down the road here at the Lacrosse Center, selling that out. And then who knows, U.S. Bank Stadium, Bresch Center, all those kind of fun places. Well, Brett Westgrove, you got your guitar? Did you bring your guitar in here?
Yeah, I got it.
Well, why don't we hear a little music from you, sir? And you can take us out to break here on Front Porch Talk. Brett Westgrove, what song are you going to play for us?
Well, we were auditioning a couple songs last night, and so I think I'm going to give this newer song a try. It's unreleased. I actually know it so poorly that I'm going to read the lyrics.
That's all right.
But it's just seems to be unanimously popular, so I'm going to play this one. It's called I Think You're Lying.
I Think You're Lying. Okay.
It's 8 o'clock on a dot, waiting on a call that you're coming over. There's no excuse, the things you do heat up the room in stone cold October. Once the record is on and the whiskey is pouring, there's no pretending, there's no ignoring. My kiss on your lips, your hands on my neck, I know it's something you didn't expect. I know you say you don't see me that way, I don't buy it. I think you're lying. Oh, we go our separate ways. We take our space, but we always keep coming back to each other. But it has to change, 'cause I won't stay if we keep keeping this thing under covers. But the record is on and the whiskey is pouring. We can't keep denying this thing any longer. My kiss on your lips, your hands on my neck, I know it's something you didn't expect. I know you say you don't see me that way, I don't buy it. Well, I think you deny the truth, so what's the use for me if you don't know why I'm trying? My kiss on your lips, your hands on my neck, I know it's something you didn't expect. I know you say you don't see me that way, I don't buy it. Yeah, I know you say you don't see me that way, I don't buy it. 'Cause I think you're lying.
Yes. Excellent job. Excellent job. Brett Westgrove going to be at Riverfest this summer. Brett, who's one of your inspirations when it comes to singing?
Oh, man. I mean, you named one of them right off the bat. George Strait, Garth Brooks, all these 90s guys. And then Michael Jackson was one of my, so I'm all over the map, but I've got some big ones in those.
Brett, thank you once again for stopping by KQ98, being on Front Porch Talk. Good luck to you in your career. We hope to hear big things from you and hear you on this station a lot coming up soon.
Yeah. Thanks, Tony. Appreciate it.